Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation starring passive-aggressive Johnny Woodard. Passive-aggressive. So passive, so aggressive. Passive-aggressive. You're passive-aggressive.
What does that make you?
Oh,
You're just aggressive-aggressive?
Yeah, I'm super aggressive. At least I'm honest with who I am and what I think. Let's go. Johnny, will you go bring
What
up...
is more passive-aggressive than doing this whole routine where you're like, oh, and just a piece of shit here, and the real host of the show, the guy who's
Johnny,
basically
pull
an
up
intern.
the latest episode of Broken Simulation. Pull it up. Pull it up right now.
What, the video?
No, just pull up the anything. Video. Pull up the Apple podcast. Pull it up.
Okay.
Pull it up.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, where is it, Jay? Oh, no, the latest one. Not the
What?
last one we put in. The latest
The video for the new one's not up yet.
one. No, then go to the Apple podcast.
Okay.
Okay? I want to really get into this. Yeah, iTunes.
Now,
Yeah, get into it, Johnny.
if you're talking about the name, that was your idea.
No, it's
It
not.
absolutely
No,
was
it
your
wasn't.
idea. You said, well, we're going to call this episode Sam Tripoli Sucks Off His Famous Friends.
I did not say that.
And I know this episode's going to be
That's good.
Sam sucks off his famous friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it really is a nice guy.
That was your idea,
Find
brother.
it, Johnny. Find it.
I will find it. I mean,
Where?
I can't find it right now, but that's where I got the idea from, was you saying it.
I said Sam's going to suck off his
And by the
famous
way,
friend.
I just want to point out that you don't remember what you said last week to such an extent that one of the comments was, I thought I was listening to last week's episode
Yeah, what does
because
that
Sam
mean?
told so many of the same stories.
I didn't tell the same story.
Okay.
What was the same story I told? Maybe like, hey, dude, listen to me, man. I don't know who you are, dude, commenting, okay? But right now, this show is basically Johnny and I talking about our week of our life, okay? That's what we do, right? Guess what happens? Sometimes things happen week after week, so we discuss them. You fuck face. Okay? So save it. Oh my God. I'm so angry. I got another 2.5 hours of free comedy and me sagging diaper because I heard similar stories because I guess his life kept going and themes kept popping up. So I'm super sorry.
To be fair,
Passive-aggressive
he did forget.
Johnny.
He did forget that he came up with the title of the show last week. So you might have a point there, listener.
Okay, Johnny. Duly noted, bro.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
What does that mean? What's duly noted? Do you have to write in ink to get duly noted? How do you get duly
That's just,
noted?
it's in my head.
Okay.
It's in my head, Johnny.
All right.
Don't make me put it as a note in my phone, because once I write it down, that's permanent.
Gonna be cutting it into a scan over there. That's
gonna be permanent, Johnny. This Sam Tripoli sucking off his famous friends. Who'd I suck off, Johnny?
Adam Devine.
I didn't suck him
Chappelle
off.
Lacey.
I didn't suck him off. I said nice things.
Rogan. There was a whole litany of people. That's why it was your idea. You were like, oh God, this episode's gonna be called Unprofessional. Phone ringing during the podcast.
Sorry, man.
Okay. That's
Guys,
fair.
listen.
Apology accepted.
Well, I don't know how the shows went because we recorded. I had to cancel New Orleans.
What did you say?
What?
What did you say?
I don't know how the shows that I'm doing this weekend. I combined a lot of words.
Yeah, you really did.
Okay. Johnny.
Well, I mean, dude, we gotta. People have to understand what you're saying so they can know when you repeat it next week.
I get it, Johnny. I get it.
Okay.
I get it. I don't know how my shows went this weekend that passed because we're recording this earlier in the week. But what I can tell you is that my flight to New Orleans got canceled because of Dallas and just
So I can tell you how that show went. It didn't go.
Oh, snaps, Johnny. Well played. Well played.
You should be like, sorry, my show last week got canceled. Then we could have done.
I was
done
getting
the
a
whole
lot of
fake
shit
thing.
from people, Johnny.
What about?
Because they're like, oh, New Orleans has like all the mask mandates and it's going crazy. And they're like, that's why it was slow on ticket sales. Now, I didn't cancel. I will never cancel a show because low ticket sales, meaning like I won't not go do show.
Yeah.
I'll go do the show. Now, if I have 2 shows and the second show is selling not that well, I'll just say, hey, come to the first show. And, that way we only have to do 1 show.
Now, how does that work with your agreement with the club when you cancel like that?
I think I put down I basically put down a down payment, a deposit.
And you just lose it?
Yeah, I'll just lose it. Or we go, hey, man, we're moving it to another date. So that will all be worked out.
Okay.
But it is what it is, man. Flights are crazy, Johnny. So the stuff going on with like Russia and the Ukraine, what's your thoughts on that?
What, the dog and pony show that they've got going on?
Is that
over
what you
there?
think? You think it's Wag the Dog?
Mostly, yeah. Mostly.
Okay. Now, what they're talking about is that this is going to make gas go really expensive. Right?
First of all, what doesn't make gas go? Have
know,
you
I
ever
know.
heard of anything? They're like, boy, gas is going to go real low after this happens. Never heard of that.
Dolphin farts in the wind, right? Gas prices go up.
OPEC is going to up the price of gas.
And let's not even get into the fact that probably they don't even use gas in planes. But anyways, we'll keep going on that one. That's a different conversation, Speaking of traveling, Johnny, I recently did a show with the Brian Callen in Las Vegas. I want to thank everybody who showed up. Thank you. I forgot to do that in Tinfoil Hat's intro on the last show. I should have done that. But I want to thank everybody who showed up. Johnny, so I like to drive to Vegas. I like to drive. I don't like to fly because when you kind of average it out, at the end, it's almost the same time. From in LA, right, you have to leave an hour early.
Depends on traffic.
Right, let's say traffic. But even if it's good traffic, well, you live probably closer to LAX.
That's true, yeah.
So it's probably like, 20 minutes can be like a 20-minute drive?
If I take a red eye, I'm there in 15, 10, 12 minutes, something
But you
like
still
that.
got to get there, hour and a half early?
Dude, I have Clear now and TSA pre-check. I get there like 30 minutes early.
Oh,
right
so
to the
you're like,
gate.
what is this, the 80s?
Living dangerously, yeah.
I like to get, I have a real fear of missing my
I've
flight.
never once missed a flight.
I've missed one. And it was because the hotel forgot to wake me up. I put it on them. Right?
Yeah. That's the worst. Were you rushing
want
to the gate?
fear? Yell at the front desk at like a Holiday Inn Express that they forgot to call you because they're holding on their jobs by like fucking slim fucking margin, right? They're like, I can lose my job. My family will be homeless. You're like, you're lucky I'm a nice guy. And you just run to the airport.
Yeah, that's great.
Why? And you just fucking run to the airport and you get there and you just somehow got to get through that fucking line to the airport. I mean, dude, I don't even want to talk about how everybody should get that pre-check because I don't want everybody getting it, but you should totally get pre-check.
Yeah.
It is like flying in the year 2000 before they flew planes into buildings.
It's great.
That's how great it is. And that's all I'm going to say.
Now, to be clear, they still treat you like a piece of shit.
Really? They treat me well. I get through there. They high five.
Nah.
Dude, one time, this is how great the pre-check is. I walked through the metal detector with my keys in my pocket, and it still didn't go off.
It depends where you are, I think.
No, dude, they just know me, bro.
Because in like Charlotte, I had to take my jacket off because my jacket had a button on it that was beeping.
Yeah. Well,
Assholes.
yeah, Charlotte's a little weird, dude.
There's a bunch of dicks at Charlotte. I took the time to report them. They were that big of an asshole.
Dude, you know I hate doing Yelps, bro, but once in a while you got to Yelp that shit.
You got to Yelp some motherfuckers.
Once in a while you got to Yelp that shit. And I don't like to, even though I'm old and it feels good, I don't like to do it, okay? I still, there's a part of me that's like, I'll just Yelp the fuck out of this place, You want to fuck with me, bro? I'll Yelp the shit out of here, okay? That's how I feel. So I decided to drive. To Las Vegas. It's probably my favorite drive. So we were going to New Orleans, right? And I'll get back to Vegas. We were gonna go to New Orleans. Me and Zane Hellberg, and we were gonna go New Orleans, Nashville, and then we're gonna go to Jefferson, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
It was gonna be a 7-hour drive from New Orleans to Nashville.
I've done that drive, yeah.
I would do it. I like driving. I like staring out and not just zoning out. The question is, how long can I go before Zane gets uncomfortable with me not talking? That's the real challenge. Because I could go hours and just stare out into space.
I like it, yeah.
I like not talking.
I drove out here. Yeah.
That's why I love the Vegas. So we go to Vegas, bro. We're driving to Vegas. Bro, the average time it takes, how long does it take you to drive to Vegas from LA usually? You.
I don't remember. Something like 4 hours, maybe. I don't
Four,
know.
4.5, 5, right?
Yeah,
4 to
somewhere in
5.
there. I haul ass, so I'm going like 90 the whole time. So
Guess how long it took me to get to Vegas?
go on.
9 hours.
Oh no.
9
That's why I fly now.
hours.
I used to drive. I love driving. I love driving through the desert, but sometimes it's when you get stuck with that long drive, it's not worth it.
It's hard, Johnny, when you got dogs,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's hard. What are you just going to take off and nobody watch your dogs and be like, guys,
Man,
just be cool for 2 years?
My Dana would be taking care of the dogs, I think.
Wow, Johnny. Well, I have a problem that like my Dana likes to hits the slot machine.
Yeah.
Okay? That's just how it goes. And it's fine. We all have vices, Johnny. Don't judge. So we go there.
By the way, I just want to kind of say real quick, I heard you guys got much nicer hotels than you did when we went to Vegas. And XG's the one who told me that, by the way. He's like, did you see? They got way better hotels.
So you guys are bitching about your free hotels?
Did you see? Oh, Holmes, did you see they got way better
Did he
hotels
go,
in Vegas?
Orale, punto.
Orale, puto. They got way better hotels, man. They didn't put that. They put them in a much nicer hotel this time.
I agree. We did have nice hotels, Johnny.
Fucking bullshit.
Well,
man.
guess what? This hotel
Johnny
wasn't open.
Bencourt
when
was
we were there.
bragging on Instagram that the hotels was way better, man.
Yeah, dude. I take care of people, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gotten your own hotel.
Dude, I almost did. If my girlfriend was thinking about coming, and I can tell you she would not have stayed there.
Why? What was so bad about that hotel, Johnny? Besides the restaurants,
There
all
were
being closed?
roaches. I had like leaks coming down the wall. There was a crack. My door had a literal like slice in it that you could see through.
Why did you change your hotel room then, dude?
Because I looked around and I said they're all like this. It's really
So you just gave up.
yeah.
Well, Johnny, not
smelled-
my fault. I had to get a lot of people a lot of hotel rooms. What do you want from me, Johnny?
No, well,
I
didn't blame you because you stayed there too. I mean, I can't. How can I blame you?
All I tried to do, dude, all I'm trying to do is make sure everybody has a good time.
I felt bad for you actually because you paid for it, and
Yeah.
I saw what you paid for it, and you could have done a lot better.
I did pay for it, Johnny.
Yeah.
Don't you ever
and you
forget
coulda-
that.
You could have done a lot better for what you paid. I'll just say that.
I know what you want me to do, Johnny. I'm just trying to find a place to put everybody.
Okay.
That's all.
No, I appreciate your efforts.
So anyway, I want to get back to drive.
Yeah.
Vegas is gonna kill itself. Do you know how much tax resort fees cost?
Yeah, I do.
$50
It's ridiculous.
per day. Like they're gonna kill him, dude. No one's gonna go to Vegas. Why am I gonna go to Vegas? Why would I go to Vegas? Everything I can do in Vegas, I can do in Miami. I don't have to pay a resort fee.
Think about all the Midwestern families too that haven't been to Vegas in like 15 years, and they get excited. They go out there, and then they get hit with $200,
If you stay a
$300 in
week-
resort fees.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Wait, you can't gamble in Miami though, can you?
Yeah, they have gambling casinos.
Like card games?
Yeah.
Live?
Yeah, they got all that shit.
Really?
The food in Miami is amazing.
I love Cuban food. Yeah.
Vegas got problems, man. It's got problems,
Not
and
getting
everyone's
cheaper.
like, "Oh, dude, it's President's Day weekend." Like anyone gives a fuck about President's Day. Like everyone's like, "Hey, dude, what do you do for President's Day?" Nobody cares.
Most
it's a
people
stupid
work
day.
on- I mean-
No, most people hate the president. Why are we celebrating them?
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the current president. I think it's like
All presidents.
it's the birthdays of like Lincoln and Washington combined into a single holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's what it is.
I looked that up.
President's Day is Washington's birthday.
Okay, so why don't we just call it Washington's birthday?
It used to be like you would. I think they used to get a holiday for Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday, and then they got rolled into.
Well,
President's
that's some
Day.
bullshit. Give me 2 days, dog.
Well, you're just
give me
saying it doesn't
2
matter.
days. Give me 2 days. Holidays. Give me 2 holidays off.
Okay, here we go. The day is an official state holiday in most states, with names including Washington's birthday, President's Day. They have it.
And why do
spelled different.
mattress stores like go crazy for President's Day?
Yeah, I think they
Hey,
just.
it's President's Day. Hey, man, you're going to need a new mattress to bang your wife. Come down to Bill's Big Mattresses, where you can get the best mattress, bang your wife, and celebrate freedom, even though we've had a lot of our freedoms taken away by our fucking presidents. Right? It's just stupid.
Yeah, it is Washington and Lincoln's birthday, though. That's what it is.
That's just crazy, dude.
So what, you just thought it was like celebrating all presidents ever?
Yeah, I thought we were celebrating all presidents.
Interesting.
Okay, that makes me a little happier about President's Day, even though I'm still suspect of Lincoln.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's shady. I think he was shady.
Do you identify as crypto curious? If you thought about entering the world of cryptocurrency but felt a little overwhelmed, Coinbase makes learning to buy and sell simple. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. Millions of people in over 100 countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. Whether you are looking to diversify, just getting started, or searching for a better way to access crypto markets, start today with Coinbase. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/broken. Sign up at coinbase.com/broken for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only. Be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/broken for $10 in free Bitcoin.
So anyways, so we're driving, right? All of a sudden we hit a traffic crazy, right? And you're like, okay, there better be dead bodies at the end of this.
Yeah.
Right? You're in that mode. There better be dead bodies. So Dana is on the highway. Guess how fast we were going at one point. This is how bad the traffic was.
Go on.
3 miles an hour.
Oh, fuck.
On a
it's huge.
4-lane highway, 4 to 5 lane highway, we're going 3 miles an hour. Right?
Did the Waze try to kick you onto that side thing?
That's all they did.
Yeah.
And now here's the problem with doing these ways and going sideways and doing it. Guess what? Everyone else is doing that too.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Now you're getting off a 4 and 5 lane highway going to a single lane road.
And then you have to get back onto the 4 or 5
Yeah,
lane.
but now everybody else is doing what you're doing is now on a 1 lane highway.
Yeah.
So we're trying to navigate, like we're literally like running all over the place.
Are you driving?
Well, I mean, I couldn't take it. I'm like, I gotta drive. You have no clue what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
So I get into my all the women in my life forever are the worst drivers. And now this come from a bad driver.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
No. I'm a great driver. You just don't get it, Johnny.
Your truth came out, and then your ego kicked in, and you.
No, I said that. Like,
Caught you.
I do. That's why I entrapped you. Okay, I got you to admit something.
You
that
didn't
I just
entrap me.
thought.
You
did.
got me to admit something.
You
that
fell into my trap, Johnny.
You got me to admit something that I literally say at anybody who mentions
Johnny,
like driving. They don't have to
Johnny.
mention your name. I could be like, "Have you heard how bad a driver Sam Tripoli is?"
Johnny, I caught you.
You don't end up in traffic court 30 fucking times if you're a good driver. Sorry.
I did because I had a red car.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, Johnny.
Well, what about all the tickets you've gotten since you didn't have a
I
red
haven't
car?
gotten a lot after that.
By not a lot. What, 5?
No, very little. If any, none.
No, you did. In your white thing, you got one just like last year or 2 years ago, didn't
No,
you?
I didn't get a ticket for driving. No.
You were in traffic court recently, is what you told me.
No. Not for a while.
Maybe
Oh,
that was-
the one we talked last week. That was like
something
that
else.
was in my old Mitsubishi. That was white, but
Yeah.
that was a while ago.
Okay, but
That was
not
like
a red
I'd
car.
say like 5 or 6 years ago.
Not a red car then.
Not a red car.
Okay.
The majority of my tickets came when I was driving the car that Pablo Francisco gave me. They won in a fucking card game
Why did he give you a car?
because I needed a car, and he tried to get that for his girl Rita, and she's like, "Fuck that fucking car," and he's like, "Hey, dude, would you like a car?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need a car."
You bought it off him or
No,
he gave
he
it to you?
gave it to me.
Literally. That's
Literally.
cool. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. What was
Pablo
it?
Francisco is great.
What was it?
It was one of those. Did we talk about this?
I can't
The
remember.
boxy Mustang,
Oh yeah, exactly. The early 90s.
the one that I got chased in a tow truck.
Yeah.
So I haven't had a lot after that. So Dana pulls over. I get into the car. We're driving, dude. So we get to this one, and I'm just like, we're trying to get through the car. We're trying to get through traffic. We go through this one section of town. The local townies are so tired of people trying to get off the 15 that they put chain link fences on their streets. So you can't go through them.
That's great.
So yeah. Do you remember the movie U-Turn with Sean Penn?
Vaguely. That's
Where
been a
he
long
like
time.
breaks down, he goes to the city, and it just like he goes to this like small, tiny like city in the middle of like I think Arizona, and like the guy just keeps making his car worse, and it's like it's like this psychotic city where I think he ends up almost dying, where they try to like kill him and shit. Like that's what I felt like. I'm like, we're in U-turn, and these locals are gonna eat us alive. They're going to cannibalize us. Like, I'm like, oh, they're going to try to kill me and Dana. Dana's slow. I'll kick her down. I'll grab our dogs and run. And Dana be like, thank you for your sacrifice.
Never get out of the car. Just never get out of the car.
Dude, never get out of the fucking car, bro. Ever. So I'm just like, there's got to be dead bodies, bro. There's got to be dead fucking bodies. So we're driving, and at some point I'm like, let's just sit on here and play the game. Let's just sit on here and drive. Let's just sit on the 5-lane highway, go as slow as everybody else, stay off these fucking going into these weird places.
You'd lose your mind doing that shit.
Yeah, because you're like, all you're doing, dude, is while everyone's moving slowly here, you're just doing this. You're not really
It makes
moving
you
that
feel
far.
like you're doing
You
something.
feel like you're moving, but you're really not.
That's really a good metaphor for life, isn't it? Because you can kind of really fight it, or you can just kind of get in the flow.
You're just zigzagging back and forth while people are moving slowly forward. Yeah. So we ended up getting back on, and like, you know me, dude. I bang. I'm like hitting holes.
Yeah, that's
I'm like high stepping Roger Craig. Okay, bang bang. I'm hitting holes. Pow pow pang pow pang. Right.
Yeah.
So
Probably you weren't doing anything either, though. Let's be honest.
What?
I mean, you just said, "Oh no, I'm gonna get in there and I'm just gonna go with the flow and ride with traffic."
Yeah.
And now you're like, "Nah, man, I'm ping pang, bing bong bong,
Yeah, I'm
and in and out,
trying.
not wow."
I'm trying, dog. I'm trying to go the distance, dude. And I'm hitting holes. But the problem is every time I zig, the line that I got out of starts moving quicker.
That happens to me all the time.
And then I move back into, then that line starts moving quicker. And I'm just like, what is this? What is that? Office Space? Is that the movie that they showed then? I literally felt like I was in the movie Office Space. I just couldn't go. So finally we get to the accident. And you know it's an accident when you're looking on Waze where it's just red, and then just at one line it just goes blue.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, there's an accident there. You're like, there better be dead fucking bodies. Right? Dead fucking bodies. I get to it. Dude, this minivan had just fucking crashed right into the back of a tractor trailer.
Oh.
And it, boom. Like, I'm like, oh yeah.
That's decapitation.
I'm like, oh yeah, dead people. I'm like, we're good, God. We're good. There had to be somebody. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you survived fucking that. I don't even know how you don't see that happen. Like, how do you not...
texting or something. Who knows, man?
It's got to be like in a minivan. Who texts in a minivan? Like that means you have kids.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you when you drive your kids, do you ever text?
No,
That's
It's like-
and I know that's hard for you.
it's impossible for me, but I don't
That's good. Okay.
because I know I have a ton of people that be like, "Yeah, you're
I hope that's not the reason you do it because you're worried about what people
because I
would
love
say.
my kids and
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
want a bad thing happening, and I just have shell shock from being yelled at by people when I do it, even though they both do it while they drive.
I love how you're like people. That's passive aggressive, being like, yeah, I get
Okay.
shell shock from people.
All the women in my life. How about that one?
Yeah.
All the women in my life.
a little bit.
Yelling at me all the time. So we went to Vegas on a holiday weekend, and it's kind of weird because I'm kind of have shell shock from doing shows on the holiday in Las Vegas, right? Because you want to go to Vegas, and you're always like, hey, dude, let's just go to Vegas, man, and let's do a show. It's going to be 4th of July weekend. What you don't realize is that everybody's doing a show in Las Vegas on 4th of July weekend or a holiday because they know there's going to be supposedly a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So, like, I once did a long time ago. Did I ever tell you the time that we did the Naughty Show in Las Vegas at a strip bar? And Jenna Hayes was our porn star for the show.
It's funny that I have to say this, but you're going to have to be more specific because so many stories that you have start with Naughty Show, a porn star in Vegas that you're going to have to give me a little more and I can tell you.
Okay. So I wanted to do the Naughty Show in Las Vegas all the time. It was a dream of mine. Now, I eventually did it. I did it at Planet Hollywood. I worked with this guy who fleeced me. He fleeced me. He was triple dipping. He was triple dipping on show. He's getting half the door. He's getting the bar, and he was getting he was getting part of my door.
What happened to sending the Jew?
Because you know what's so funny is like Dana was like, dude, this isn't a good deal. I'm like, I just want to do it. I can make it happen because I believe in myself, right? And I was just getting triple fucking, and dude, I was on the 50-yard line of Las Vegas Boulevard. I was on the giant marquee. It was the coolest thing I've ever.
Yeah, that is cool.
Right? I mean, that's intoxicating.
Who was the guy that fucked you?
I'm not gonna get into.
No, I don't mean his name, but like, what was he associated with the hotel, or did he negotiate it? What?
They had worked out some deal because where the room was, it wasn't technically. It was very weird. It wasn't technically in the hotel. It was technically in the parking garage. But they had worked. But it wasn't.
Yeah, I see.
That's a weird thing. It was in the whole. You go up the escalator, it's right there. But the way it was zoned, it was technically in the parking lot, which meant that it didn't fall under hotel rules.
Interesting. Okay.
Which meant they didn't have to have union people working there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Which meant it was. But do you know what was going on there? I believe Britney Spears was there at the same time I was there. This giant magician was there at the same time.
Playing the parking lot room?
No, they were playing the big theaters.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's the thing about Vegas. Like, you could be in a hotel. You're not the only show there. They have 5-6 different shows there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole
that
appeal.
You're up against.
Yeah, that's the appeal of it.
Right? So, but I love doing the show. We would go on the weekends. We'd go to Vegas, and I would headline the show, and I would open it, and I would just close, and I'd just do crowd work, and I'd light everybody the fuck up.
I'm sure they loved it.
So
it was the Naughty Show?
It was called The Naughty Show.
And what, porn chicks every night, that kind of deal?
No,
Or
we didn't
every
have
show?
any porn show.
No?
Chicks. No.
I thought that was the Naughty Show.
No, this was a different show because there was
Just a
no
comedy
budget. It was just Sam and they would get me like one burlesque dancer, which is hilarious because like.
So you were paying the porn chicks that came on? I thought that was just like exposure, sort of.
No, well, in LA, yeah.
You were
in
paying?
Vegas,
Oh, okay.
no.
Got it. Okay.
Because at the time I've been doing the Naughty Show, the porn industry hadn't left LA yet. The porn industry's in Vegas now. They're not in LA anymore.
Nothing.
Right? Is that crazy? Like all the
Valley?
outlaws are gone.
Interesting. Yeah.
All the outlaws gone. The comedy scene gone. The porn scene gone. Like
Babylon is no more. My
well,
God.
dude, it's like even music. Like, are any of these rock clubs jumping anymore?
No, fuck no, dude. That's one of the themes of Pam and Tommy, which I highly recommend that show. Tommy Lee is reading this article one day. It's like, is Seattle taking over from LA as the home of rock and roll? And Tommy Lee, who hasn't had a hit at this in the mid 90s in like 6 years, slams it down and goes, fuck no. And I'm like, that was 20 years ago, and they're making fun of him for that 25 years ago. Yeah, rock has gone out of LA for sure.
Yeah, you drive by these nightclubs. It's like, it's not jumping.
No, the Troubadour doesn't. I mean, when's the last time you heard about something you wanted to go see down there? It's been
the last time I went to see a band at one of these clubs was Velvet Revolver.
that was a good show, I bet. And those guys are local. I mean,
In the Whiskey A Go-Go. Tiny ass room.
I bet that was great, huh?
Dude, it's to this day, I got to see it. I mean, I've seen Guns N' Roses live with Axl Rose, but up in that point, Guns N' Roses weren't back together. So I got to see basically Guns N' Roses with the lead singer of Soundgarden.
Chris Cornell?
No, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
What is
Wait,
lead?
what?
Let me run through your wicked garden.
Chris Cornell's a Soundgarden guy.
No, not Soundgarden. Fucking, what was the name of the guy that was the old Velvet Revolver? Guns N' Oh yeah, it was
Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland, who has since passed away.
Gosh,
and you know what's so funny? I used to talk to Scott Weiland all the time when I worked at Crunch at the gym because he was getting clean. He started working out there at the time, and we would just talk. He was the nicest guy.
It's funny. I always confused him with Chris Cornell, and they both had like these untimely, weird deaths.
Yeah. And he was just, he like couldn't get clean, dude. He just could not get fucking clean.
I love Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh,
They were great.
Did you ever hear that like Pearl Jam shit all over them?
Well, dude, I'm not surprised. Pearl Jam, people shit all over. Pearl Jam is like a, I mean, I like some of their stuff, but they're way overrated to me.
I love Pearl
By the way,
Jam.
I just spent $600 on tickets to go see The Who at the Hollywood Bowl. It made me want to vomit. I've never seen The Who, and I like
you got to see I mean, like, I wouldn't mind doing that. You got to see the classics.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, and dude, yesterday they had a pre-sale for Paul McCartney. He's playing SoFi, and they were just, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was going to spend $500 on like one ticket. If you wanted a decent seat, it was going to be like $500 a ticket. With
I
fees
might go. I might buy 2 tickets and go.
It's just they're
I mean, it's Paul McCartney. How many Beatles are left?
2. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I saw him in Atlanta in the Prospect Park. It was great.
Whatever challenges you are facing in your mental health, whether you're struggling with low self-esteem, body image issues, anxiety, or anything else, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. And with work, school, and relationships pulling you in every direction, it can be hard to find time to focus on what you really need. That's why Talkspace Online Therapy gives you unlimited access to a licensed therapist so you can set aside time to put yourself first. When the weight of everyone's expectations gets too heavy, it can be crushing for your self-esteem. A Talkspace therapist can give you the space to take a break, help empower you to work through the pressure, and discover where you can lighten the load. Plus, you can get that support from any device whenever you need it. Though people often face similar struggles, everyone's path to healing looks different, and no matter where you are in your mental health journey, you deserve better care than generalized advice cobbled together from Dr. Google. That's why talking to a real mental health professional is so important. Take care of your mental health on your time at your pace. Instead of a therapist squeezing you into their busy schedule, Talkspace fits into yours. They've got 24/7 asynchronous messaging where you can talk about what's on your mind at the moment without waiting for an appointment. You can also have live chat, video, or audio options, and you can get support on your own terms from any device. Get the one-size-fits-one support you need with Talkspace. Sign up today at Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month with the promo code BROKEN. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code BROKEN.
So basically, yeah.
So you're telling me about this Jenna Hayes.
So we'll go there. It's in a strip bar. And it's so fucking funny.
Wait, what's in a strip bar?
So the show's in a strip bar.
Oh, okay.
Treasures. It's called Treasures. And
That's
by
a
the
good
way,
name.
if you look at all these strip bars in Vegas, they all look like third world dictators' mansions. Right?
Like
Like
gold marble and shit.
they all look like all of Saddam Hussein's fucking pads, right? That's what they literally look
hilarious.
like. And it's super sad because one of the greatest of all time strip bars was Olympic Gardens. It's gone now from Vegas. Which makes you wonder, like, now that women sling pussy, right? Like, are strip bars as attractive as they used to be? If you have like $1,000 in your pocket, where's the best place to spend that? At a strip bar, or go to a bar and try to get a civilian?
I mean, you could get a prostitute for $1,000 in LA. I mean, in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want, we skip the strip bar.
Right.
Just go hang out in the casino
But
for
it's
like 5 minutes.
Women now dress like sluts have won the cultural war, right? Like,
Congratulations,
right?
sluts.
I mean,
you
like-
did it. You did it.
right?
Well done.
Like, it's a battle to see who can show more, which I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Even the modest women are wearing yoga pants. Where I mean, it's just everything.
And don't
is
tell
there.
me it's about form comforting because you can wear sweatpants and we don't have to see your camel toe, which I'm not complaining about. No. But yoga pants is almost begging you to stare right at their crotch, right?
It's hard not to, too.
You're like, I don't want to. Bam! Look at that crotch. She got a hungry
when I
hippo
walk
down
around
there.
with my girlfriend, I'm just like, I point it out because I want to be on the up and up with her, and I tell her like, Jesus, look at this. You know, when we're just walking around.
Hold on. You go, hey, Jesus, look at this in disgust? Or
Well, no, no, not in disgust. No, I'm just like, oh.
like,
God,
do you look at it, Johnny, in disgust, or do you look at it like
Not disgust,
when your
no.
neighbor puts up too many Christmas lights? That like, Jesus, look at this. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
Jesus, look at this.
Yeah, it might be. I didn't think it was that. It might be that, actually. It might be. I mean, in LA, dude, too. It's about to start warming up here again pretty soon, and you're gonna see some shit here pretty soon, dude.
The best.
On Melrose, especially these tattooed chicks walking around.
It's the best.
It's amazing.
Mating season in LA is the best.
You got all these chicks fresh in from like Idaho or whatever, where they're wanting to show off their newfound privileges, you know?
Yeah. So
They'll have their masks on though. Their ass is out, but their mask will be on.
It's so funny. Like, I can literally see your butthole, which is another orifice, and you're covering these orifices, right? It's like, oh, I don't want anything. But we can see the rim of your butthole.
Yeah.
Like, we can see the little bit of that fucking stink eye coming out.
No.
What?
That's too...
Right? You're like, what are you covering here? That's like walking around with some kind of like dental floss over your mouth and then a dental floss over your nose. I can see your beehole. I'm not complaining. I love it. I'm trying not to creep. But it's like, what are you covering your face with your beehole hanging out?
You get caught looking... I've gotten caught a few times. It's weird.
I don't feel bad about it. I'm like, hey, congrats, you did it. You won. You're welcome.
It's awkward.
Because that's what you're doing. If you did want guys to look, you'd be wearing sweatpants.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is one of those things we covered recently. So what's the strip club thing?
What do you mean?
We did this like 2 weeks ago. This whole sweatpants, yoga pants.
I know that.
I know,
okay.
but what's the strip club story?
Well, it's like if women are like slinging snatch now and dressing slutty, why do you have to like?
Yeah.
Like
no, I meant like the Jenna Hayes thing.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you cut all that out real quick so it doesn't sound stupid?
Well, I can't do it now. But,
okay, okay. I'm not asking you to edit in real time.
I know. It seemed like you
passive
were.
aggressive, Johnny.
I'm cutting
passive aggressive,
that's out.
Johnny.
That's gone for sure.
You cut that out at the beginning, I'm gonna lose it, bro.
I'll leave it in the beginning.
Okay. So anyways, it gets back to my whole thing about how like everything in Vegas is sold with tits. Mm-hmm. Right? Like there's literally a billboard I remember seeing that just had a girl with big tits and they're like dental. Right? And you're like, how does that make me want to get?
But it kind of does.
No, it doesn't. I don't want to go, hey man, are you the dentist that has double D's on its billboard? The only reason I call is ask him, how does that make me want to get my teeth worked on by you?
Well, obviously, you've never had your teeth worked on by somebody with big double Ds because they're dragging all over your face.
Okay. Do you want a big double D tits dentist working on you?
If she's qualified, yeah. Let me see where that degree's from.
Okay. All right.
If it's
good
like
point.
a respected dental institution, absolutely I do.
Do you think she rubs her tits on you while she does the work? While she's putting in the blood
But they can't help
thing?
it, dude. I've had them like, I get uncomfortable. I kind of have a hot dentist and like, she'll be like, her crotch will be like rubbing on my hand and stuff while she's in there. And I'm always like, like that.
Why?
Nah, because that's weird. I'm trying to get my...
If she's hot?
Yeah, but
like if she's old Russian grandma,
it's because I know I'm almost sure she didn't mean to, and so I feel kind of weird on her.
You don't think she knows where she's putting her pussy, Johnny?
No, I think they're probably just dead down there. These dentists.
You think dental chicks are dead in the vagina?
She's also like she's Muslim, and I'm pretty sure she's like conservative. So I just was like.
So you think the conservative woman with a dead vagina set her vagina on your hand and doesn't know it's there?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm just saying, Johnny. I guess you're too nice. You're a typical white guy who goes above and beyond.
Muslim. Where was she?
But Johnny,
like
what you're talking about right now is why I honestly get very nervous about gay guys cutting my hair.
Oh, interesting.
Because one guy just grinded his dick on my shoulder, on my elbow while I cut my hair. Yeah. I mean, he's just like, He's like, oh, we're just working it. He described it, and I felt like now I know how the swimmers from Penn State feel because they don't want to say anything about the fucking piece of shit trans that is fucking dominating right now because they don't want to be called like homophobic or transphobic.
I thought you would just be like, hey, bro, you got your dick on me.
Well, dude, the guy's cut my hair. He's halfway through. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Take your dick off my fucking elbow?
That's a good point. He could fuck you up real good if you wanted to.
Right? Take your dick off my elbow, bro. And he's like, oh, dude, do you want a number 1 or do you want number 2? Right? You're like, how about
You know what you look like? You look like that hacker guy from last week who was just grinding into his chair, his office chair.
So the point being, Johnny, you're in Vegas. You think like, oh, I have Jen Jameson, who is...
Oh, you said Jenna Hayes. Was it
Jenna Hayes. Excuse me. Jenna Hayes. So I have Jenna Hayes. Can you edit that out, dude? I can't, dude. Every time I say edit that out, Johnny's like, God, that's another fucking 30 minutes of my fucking passive aggressive. Johnny.
There's nothing. That's just aggressive.
You know what I'm going to do? Every time I make something I want to edit out, I'm going to sing passive aggressive, Johnny. So I know you take it out. So you think, oh, I have Jenna Hayes, who is arguably on the Mount Rushmore of porn. She's
Big
in
time.
the discussion,
Big
okay?
time. Yeah.
I don't know if she makes mine, but she's right there. Super nice person, right?
That's good to hear.
So you think because she's there, people show up. Guess what? Not a lot of people showed up. Why?
Really?
Why? Because there's tits and ass everywhere in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have to show up for a porn star. There's tits and ass everywhere.
I would think you would get tourists, though. You know.
Did I ever tell you the time that I was doing radio at the fucking Palms and I ate a chick's ass live on radio?
You absolutely did not tell me about you eating a chick's ass on radio.
I did, and they just stared at me.
First of all, it was radio. You didn't have to actually do it.
What? This girl let me
They
eat her
can't see
butthole.
you. Oh, you wanted to do it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, she's a hot
Stranger?
young chick. Yeah, I just met her.
Who was she?
Some chick. I don't.
I
even
need
know
all
her
the
name.
details.
She was a hot young girl.
No. Like, what's the radio show? What were you there for?
I don't know
Promoting
the
a
name.
gig?
It was
What city? City?
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay.
It was back in the day when
Morning zoo kind of deal.
I would say morning or evening zoo kind of
Okay.
nice
Drive
guys,
time
radio guys.
Okay.
And I forget the name of their show, but I was doing the Palms with Paul Hughes and Court McCown.
Okay.
And they were asking me to do radio.
Okay. And the girl, is she with your show or she
No,
was just
she's
there?
just hanging out at the pool.
The pool. Oh, they were recording the show at the pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they recorded at the pool.
That's a good move because you got all the hot chicks. I mean, the
Yeah, well, it's
Vegas
like-
pool, by the way, if you ever want to see TNA, I mean, Vegas pools, it's just...
It's not what it used to be, Johnny.
Really?
I was gonna get into that too. We'll get into that.
Okay.
But it ain't what it used to be. The
Well,
outlaw
anyway.
days are done.
When you did this morning radio
Oh,
show,
yeah.
it was...
Well, because the Hard Rock had that famous pool party, so all the
Yeah.
other casinos were trying to compete with that because they had nobody at their pools. So I think it was like 98.1.
That's one of those things that they've squeezed out every last penny out of the pools, though, because just to rent a day bed down there is like $1,000 a day now at some of these hotels, and they've killed it that way too. I guarantee you. But okay, so this
I think
chick,
it was like
this
either-
chick is on the radio.
I think it was 97. No, what was it?
It don't matter.
Yeah, it does. It's 92.3 comp. I think it was
Comp?
Comp
Like
92.3.
you're getting comped with good radio. Like
like comp.
what is like
I don't know,
complimentary?
Johnny. It's just comp.
Like Vegas, you get comp things. Like is that what it
Maybe.
is? Like
I
we're
don't
comping
know.
you some laughs.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know why they call it comp. I don't know why they call it comp, Johnny. Well, it's why they call it anything, dude. But,
Okay, so there's a woman there that was just
she was just
you're
running
in public.
around.
You're in public.
Yeah, and I'm just like slinging game, dog. I'm a young man with hope, dreams.
She sees you're on the radio. She
Yeah,
probably
she just
thinks,
comes
"Oh,
out and
he
say-
must be important."
I'm like, hey, come here. She comes out, hi, guys. How you doing?
She's been sweating in the sun.
She's been hanging out. She's obviously had a couple beverages.
Probably smells.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. From being sweaty in the sun all day.
Johnny, it's a woman. She's a young hot chick. She's in her early 20s.
Yeah, they don't smell.
Yeah, they smell great.
Okay.
Johnny, I used to stand by women's bathrooms at the Comedy Store because it was the best place to pick up chicks.
Fucking.
And it would smell great. It would just smell fucking great.
Until Lizzo goes in there and drops a deuce.
Yeah, that's the problem. But women don't drop, like they just don't have the same poops.
Okay.
They really don't.
Wait, so how did you end up eating her ass?
Hell no, I just started slinging game, dog.
And what? She's like, would you like to eat my? Or do you ask
I'm like,
her
let me eat your butt. She's like, okay.
on the radio?
Yeah.
And what are these guys? These guys are
They're
like,
just
what the
like,
fuck
what?
is happening here? Howard Stern got fucking fined millions of dollars for much less than this
And I ate her butt.
on the radio.
And I was like, man,
Like a couple of licks
I
in
wish I
there?
had blow, and I
this
could
is
go
so
do
good.
blow with her in my back.
I'm sure she wished you had blow too.
All right, Johnny, that's the point. So, anyways, there's a lot of hot chicks everywhere, right? So we're doing this Jenna Hayes thing. So this guy who's working with my friend Skippy Simon, who played Bunny Fever, we had a guy who dressed in a bunny suit the whole time. And people are like, why are you doing that? We're like, because it's weird. And he would dress up like a bunny, and he would do his whole act. He's named Bunny Fever. That was his name. And he had a friend who was like recently single, older guy. Now that I'm older, like he's probably like mid-40s, right?
Yeah, but that line changes every year, doesn't
Oh
it?
yeah. Oh yeah.
What's older?
Oh yeah. Big time. Oh yeah. Big time. So he's like, hey man, I want to get the Naughty Show out here. We'll get some porn stars. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So he gets us a deal at a hotel
Yeah.
near the bar, near the strip bar. And so we get there like, yeah, just hook it up and we'll be cheap. I'll take care of everybody. Now, here's the thing about Dana and I. When we were doing the Naughty Show early, we would lose money all the time because we promised people cash because we thought we'd sell it. And then we would lose money because we didn't sell as many tickets as we thought, right? But I would always honor my deals. I would always pay out my money. So we barely made money on this one. I had to get everybody hotels that were in the show, right? I think it was like Nodder was there, Bunny Fever, me, Dana, and I forget who else was there. But we had some local comics too. So we go there, and Dana has to show up late because she has to do work. She flies in, right? She gets in the hotel, and she's like, I forget the name of the hotel. It's like, starts with an E or something. She's like, I'm staying at the Endeavor. Encore, man. No, that's a nice hotel. This was not a nice hotel.
Oh,
but she says the name of the hotel. No. This is a tiny hotel.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, for a night, you can rent the entire hotel.
Econo Lodge.
No, Johnny. No. So anyway, she says the name. She gets to Las Vegas. She's either going gambling somewhere or she gets on the airport. I forget what happened. But she was just basically like, hey, I'm staying at the blah, blah, blah. And the taxi driver goes, the gay hotel? And she's like, what? He's like, why are you staying at the gay hotel? And she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just give me to the hotel. So we go there, right? So we're doing our shows. Someone shows up to my show with mushrooms.
Okay. That tracks to me. I'm
Right,
like, okay,
totally.
yeah.
But and we all decide to eat mushrooms.
Before performing?
Ari was there too. Ari was there, me, Jason Tebow.
Now it makes utter sense. Yeah.
Everybody's on shrooms except for Dana, who's driving.
Oh, this is the okay. I might have heard this one. Okay.
So we do shrooms. It's a fun show. Ari had fun. Everybody. This is before Ari blew up, right? So we were all just running and gunning together. We had a great time. I put together Ari, Jenna Hayes. I thought it'd be packed. It just, there's too much going on 4th of July weekend. There's just too much.
That's tough, yeah.
You're up against literally everything. Every hotel has about at least 5 shows you could go to.
Yeah.
You're competing with that.
Wayne Newton ain't even drawing on 4th of July.
Nobody's drawing. They'd rather be at the pool eating random girls' butts. So we do the hotel. I mean, we do it. We do our show. Everybody starts, and my friend Nicole was there just before she had her baby, and she's important to the show, this story, because it gets fucking funny at the end. So, and then my buddy from Santa Barbara was there as well. He used to run Velvet Jones.
Don't know what that is.
In Santa Barbara. It was a cool rock club I used to play all the time. I just couldn't. Sometimes I'd pack it, sometimes I wouldn't. So anyways, we do the show, and everybody eats shrooms. We're tripping balls. Out of nowhere, Dana's like, oh my God, we're running out of gas. We're all full on mushrooms. We think, everyone goes, oh my God, we got to help. Do you know how we all helped? We all leaned forward in our car going down the hill because we thought that would help us roll to the fucking...
So dumb.
Right? That's how high we were on shrooms. We thought if we leaned forward, that would help the car.
The car was still running, though, at that time, right?
Yeah, it was still, but we basically putted up to the gas.
Okay.
So we fill gas, we go downtown because we're all shrooming. We want to look at the Fremont Street, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'm tripping balls on shrooms. We go to my favorite casino, or where I really love to stay. Dana and I love to stay at the Golden Gate Hotel. The Golden Gate Hotel. And it was like, it was kind of like this first hotel that kind of started doing like a cool boutique hotel, which is one of my goals in life. I want to own a small boutique
You're
hotel.
obsessed with businesses that classically don't make any money. It's interesting.
Yes.
Bowling alleys,
Well,
restaurants, hotels.
I just want a bowling alley.
Yeah, like those are the hardest businesses to make money, and like almost nobody makes any money.
Well, you know how I'm going to do it? I'm going to
even.
basically give away the bowling for people who buy liquor and food.
Isn't that how all of them make their money?
No, they charge for bowling.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
add
think
this
they
as
make their money on booze. So like that's the business model.
Right. Johnny, I know what I'm doing. Please stop.
Okay. Yeah, you sound like.
I know what I'm doing.
Remember this, by the way, when Sam is like, boy, that bowling alley was a fucking shit.
I know what
show.
I'm doing.
And
Please
like
stop.
5 years from now, and
I know,
he's
I
like,
know,
dude,
I
that
know.
was a money pit.
I know what I'm doing. Please stop. So anyways, I'm shrooming balls,
doesn't know
right?
what he's doing.
I'm shrooming balls. So, you know, I've been watching a lot of First 48 at this point, right? Which is the murder show. And I'm really into like the criminal mind, right? And understanding how the criminal mind runs games on people. So I'm at the bar, tripping my balls off, buying people drinks, right?
Yeah.
What?
No, I just remember this story. That's okay.
So this girl starts hitting on me. I'm like, what's going on here? Why is this chick hitting on me? Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah. Hey, you want to buy drinks for me? And I'm like, oh, sure. And then her friend's like, why don't you buy a drink for me too? And then they started ordering. And then I realized what was going on. They're there to run up your bar total. They put hot chicks there that just drink with guys to run up the bar total. While I'm shrooming my balls off, I think I just caught a scam going on. So I start going into detective mode. I go, oh, I know what's going on here. You two running a scam on me. And I start to lose it because I'm tripping balls.
Insane person.
But as I'm tripping balls, I go, oh, dude, you're tripping balls. My buddy comes over. He's like, Sam, what's going on? There's a big... I go, dude, I'm tripping balls right now. These guys are running scams on me to try to up my bill. And I'm overreacting to it. I'm tripping balls. Get me the fuck out of here. So I literally, Johnny, hand to God, I bounce myself out. I grab my own shirt.
You're so stupid.
I swear to God, I grab my own shirt and bounce myself out of the bar before the security could grab me.
You're an idiot.
I'm tripping so hard on fucking shrooms. I had to throw.
Why was this? Wait, I thought you were telling your friend this though. Why would security take you out?
Because I saw them.
Were you
starting to
yelling at
surround
them
me.
or something?
Yeah, I was yelling at the girls and at the bartender.
Okay.
Because I was shrooming my balls
Did you
off.
pay?
I don't even remember, but probably yeah.
Okay.
And I got out, and Dana's like, what is going on? I go, Dana, I'm tripping balls too hard. I overreacted, and I kicked myself out of the casino. And I saw security behind me going, I think he just kicked himself out. I don't think he's going to be a problem. It seems like he's yelling at himself about, and he kicked himself out, and I think we're okay. And they just sat there and like
That was like your
Taekwondo stance, wondering if something was about to happen, and then they realized I was done. So yeah, I booted myself
It's
out.
like your super ego booted your id out of the.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, wrap it up. I was to myself like, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So I kick myself out. Dana gets me in the car. We go to the hotel. I'm still tripping balls. All of a sudden, I start to realize that what they meant by, oh, you're staying at a gay hotel. I realized, oh, this is a hotel for gay men.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, this is a full-on gay hotel where gay guys go to do gay shit. And I'm tripping balls, and this guy comes up to me on crystal meth. He's like, hey, man, I'm going through some stuff right now. I lost all my money. I'm trying to get back home. Do you have $100 I can borrow? I'm like, oh, dude. This is a gay hotel.
He wanted to suck your dick. And
Probably.
Then, okay.
And me
Who
to give
booked
him-
this hotel? Was it Dana again?
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Dana booked.
Yeah, okay.
So we get back to the hotel. I'm tripping balls. And and Dana's like, I'm going to go gamble somewhere. I'm like, okay, I'm tripping balls. The fucking
Wait, hold. This is not going to be you blaming shrooms on getting your dick sucked by a dude, is it?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to because nobody sucked my dick. I can't have, even if I wanted a gay guy to suck my dick, I can't on shrooms.
You can't get an erection.
I cannot get hard on shrooms.
Interesting. Okay.
I have a joke about it. About how you try to beat off when you're high on shrooms. It's like Weekend at Bernie's. You're just fucking pulling dead weight all over the place, right? So then the room next to me is a full-on rave club.
Oh no.
Just meaning dudes are doing tweak and butt fucking all day.
All day?
All night. All night they were just going. All night. To the point where I'm like, I get it. I'm still tripping. I get to gay hotel. It's 4 a.m. Yeah.
Just like the most disgusting sounds.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Ugh. Were you just in your like in your head just like horrified?
I get really cold. I pull the sheets up and I'm just
making sure your pants are buttoned.
Yeah.
In case somebody slips in.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you generally tolerate shrooms pretty well?
I love shrooms.
Okay.
I just can't do them right now because I'm sober.
Interesting.
Johnny, what time we at?
We're 55 minutes.
Okay, so how many stories you got?
Not a ton this week.
Okay.
Let's do reviews, then we can do stories if you want.
Okay, I got a couple more things.
Oh, okay, go
but
on. No, I mean, you were asking me like you wanted to transition.
That's good. Johnny, did you watch at all the All-Star game?
Only a few minutes and then highlights. That's it.
It was interesting.
Mostly to see LaMelo.
It's interesting, dude, because a couple things. First of all, it was a big weekend because it was the 75th NBA 75th anniversary.
Yeah.
And even though I hate the politics of the NBA, I still love the NBA.
So cool seeing all those guys with the jackets on.
Dude, I remember the 50th and how big of a thing that was to me. So I was really excited about the 75th. And
by the way, Jordan he's trimmed up a little bit. He's looking good, man.
Was Scottie Pippen there?
I haven't seen him. If he was, I didn't see him.
Because I wonder if him and Jordan ever talked to each other.
Oh, good question. I bet, dude, they're beefing hard. Scottie said some shit about Jordan lately.
Yeah, and Jordan is, as we know, not a nice guy, right?
Not forgiving.
Oh, he's nasty. He wants to steal your soul.
Yeah.
Who do you think is right in that one? If you had to take I know you're North Carolina, put that aside. Who do you think is right in the Jordan-Pippen fight?
Jordan,
100%.
Yeah. Scottie Pippen is just jealous that he's not getting. Maybe Scottie doesn't get quite as much credit as he deserves, but I think he gets quite a lot. Honestly,
I think he gets almost too much.
Yeah,
because Pippen never went anywhere else and did anything else.
Exactly. That's it. That's the argument. Yeah.
I mean, when he went to Portland, they couldn't get past the Lakers.
Yeah, which and he takes credit for being that Portland team. Okay, but Jordan, he got over the finish line.
Was that the Portland Jailblazers? Was he on that Jailblazers team, or was that before that?
I think that
was that Rasheed Wallace's team too? Like, I love that Blazers team. Like, Rasheed Wallace on Portland is one of my favorite players of all time.
No, this would have been, this would have been
Before that?
after that.
No.
Yeah, right?
No. Sabonis? Was Sabonis on that team?
The turmoil began in April 2001 when Sean Kemp ended his first season with the team by checking into drug rehab. 2002, Zach Randolph, underage drinking.
So that wasn't, Scotty wasn't on that.
Rasheed Wallace. Yeah, I think he was out of the league.
I think he was before that, right?
Scotty was before that.
Yeah,
the
I forget who was on that
after
team. I think Steve Smith was on that team.
Yeah.
Well, but who's on Scottie Pippen's? Trailblazers
let's see,
team.
what, like 99 Trailblazers? It would have been, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, like, I love Jordan, and I don't mind Scottie Pippen. Isn't it kind of crazy that all their
you got Stacey Augmon, Greg Anthony.
Oh yeah, I love them, dude. UNLV,
Jermaine O'Neal, actually, Detlef Schrempf, Steve Smith. You're right, Damon Stoudemire. Rasheed Wallace was on that team. He was like the one that kind of bridged the gap between those two teams. And then like Bonzi Wells. Remember?
Just think
Bonzi
about
Wells?
what a great team that was, and they just couldn't get past the Lakers.
Good team, yeah.
Crazy, right?
Detlef Schrempf was in his 14th year.
Damn, dude.
Scottie Pippen was in his 12th year.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's
two of those guys from UNLV. By the way, all my I'm still friends with my dorm mates from UNLV in '91. They all came to my show.
No shit, really.
Yeah,
that's wild. I'm not really friends from any like that I talked to from anybody in college. That
Lacey, Heath, and Jeff, and we found out everybody thought Jeff was Italian for 30 years. You just found out he's Colombian.
He found out, or you guys?
He just told us. We're like, what? And you know what else is funny, Johnny? Let me just go. I'll go back to the NBA All-Star. The last thing about Vegas. Johnny Allen, are you a guy who tries to dress? I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny. You don't look like a guy who grabs the check. You don't look like you're like, hey, let me pay for this. You don't look like that guy.
I'm very much that guy. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like to the point that it hurts me sometimes.
I do it all the time, too. I'm very much that guy. That, to me, is traditionally what adults do.
I get kind of taken advantage of in that way. I feel like sometimes.
I always pay for it. I always do.
Yeah, I feel guilty if I don't. So
yeah, I do. I grew up on my family fighting each other. Like literally, people would punch grandma in the face.
That's how.
Like if you don't, I don't think a lot of people grab the check anymore.
No. Well, yeah, no. Well, you do see. I remember when I was dating some women now want to feel like they're kind of splitting it or whatever. Going Dutch is way more popular.
Well,
but
I
just friends out. You're totally right. It's like trying to punt. It's like there's a Curb episode about how people try to punt on the check. You know, like guy gets up for the bathroom every time the check comes, and Larry's like, "Look at this! Look, he's going to the bathroom again."
I don't like that. I do not like people paying for my shit.
To me, that's one of these things of like masculinity that's kind of been lost. Is this responsibility?
But if somebody invites you to fucking lunch, shouldn't they pay for it? What's your rule on that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
this
or you split it.
Guy I work with in Portland. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to give him the most press he's gotten. This fucking dude fucking invites me. Was featuring for me. Like this fucking guy was fucking featuring for me. So I did his podcast. Like I like to help people.
Yeah,
I do.
You're super generous with your time. Yeah.
So he edits together a fucking clip of me doing his podcast with crazy circus music beyond.
What? Why?
He goes, is this okay? Because he's a fucking asshole.
No, but what were you talking? Conspiracy stuff?
Yeah, he wanted to talk conspiracy. That's all they wanted to do.
But he made fun of you, like, with the clip. Okay.
I'm like, okay, dude. I mean, I go, dude, you're trying to get my fucking listeners to listen to your podcast.
By
mocking me isn't going to bring them to watch it.
That's stupid, yeah.
So he's a fucking dumb fuck. So then I go do his show. I'm in Portland. I go, I know he's in Portland. I'm like, hey, you want a feature for me? He's like, yeah, let's grab lunch. I'll buy you lunch. Did he pay for lunch? No. Guess who paid for lunch? Fucking me, right?
He says, let's get lunch.
Yeah.
I'll buy you lunch.
Yeah.
And then, that's rough.
So then, on top of that, to make it even worse, he's fucking featuring for me, right? Every time he's on stage, he's talking about how stupid he thinks I am. To my own crowd. Okay, dude.
He's not even your friend, though. If it's different, if he's like your friend.
That's why I don't talk to him anymore. I have no respect for him. right?
That's weird.
So then
somebody you're doing a favor.
yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
And then he tells me if he wanted to, he could blow me off the stage. Like, who says that?
Wait, hold on. Now I know you well enough to know that those are like fighting words. Like,
Yeah.
let me see you try.
Yeah, yeah.
What? I'm surprised you didn't. Did you get in his?
I go
you get
for it, dude. I've been following greitness my whole life.
There was a time in your life where that would have had a different
Oh, yeah.
reaction.
I used to, Ari talked about how I had a Kill Bill list
yeah,
of motherfuckers I wanted to bury.
Yeah.
It's just that some people don't have class. And then we got in a fight because his fiance at the time is a doctor of like, not virology, like a dick doctor.
Urologist?
And she's like lecturing me on a virus. And by the way, everybody, Daddy has been right still. Right? Everything I said before is all true.
Why? That's so interesting. This guy, I'm just fascinated
I don't
by
want to get into his name
But
because I
what
don't
is
want to give
that
him any
energy?
prep.
What is that energy? It's kind of like insecure, so they're like compensating for it by being kind of a dick. Is that energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, it's like he's got jock energy. Right?
Oh, it's a jock kind of energy.
But
Okay,
he's
all right.
not a jock. But he's got
Yeah.
that all the jocks in the 80s teen comedies. That's what he's got. Like he's got Biff energy.
He said, "Oh, I got you." He sounds like one of those guys that doesn't know how to talk shit to friends. You know what I mean? Like goes.
No, but dude, it's
doesn't
like
get it right.
it's not talking shit to friends because
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's always that guy who like you say you're hanging out, say we're hanging out, and then somebody that we don't know that well comes to hang out, and they try to do the thing that like start like razzing you, like hitting you.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, we're just trying to have a conversation. You know what I mean? It sounds
And
like
just
one of those
know
things.
I'm not. I call out people on the show all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's half of what we do on here.
Yeah, I just don't even want to say his name because I don't even want to give him any fucking.
No, that's just a bad person.
Yeah, it's just not nice. I mean, I'm the nicest guy in the fucking world, dude.
Especially now, like these days. You know what I mean? Like there was a time you were.
So what's the
Like a
point
hard
of that?
dude.
Oh, so yeah, like it's so funny, man. This how I know all my friends are classy because I offered to pay for it and they all threw me cash. Like that's how you know people are cat. And like, hey, dude, if someone pays for my food, I'm like, let me at least pay the tip if we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been out with you a few times, and you always and I'm wondering if you did it with this guy because you like ultra insist. Like I put money on the table for, and you like push
No,
it
but
back
there's
to me.
no fight for it. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no fight. Like if you really want to do it, you'll push back.
Yeah, well, that's you. You like.
You'll be like, no, dude, I want to pay. No, I'm gonna pay. All right, well then let me pay at least the tip. You're like, okay, which is fine. Like, act like you give a fuck. Reviews. It's time for your reviews. We read your reviews.
We don't have a ton this week, so this is Rick from Pawn Stars. I somehow doubt that. Holy moly, I 100% agree with all of that. Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to give everyone that hasn't been neutered.
Read it if it's a bad one. I don't care.
No. I just don't understand what you're saying. Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to give everyone that hasn't been neutered yet. That's the sentence. Oops, I meant vaccinated. A shout out. Oh, I see. He's putting
Shout
periods.
out.
He's not using
By the
periods
way, my
properly.
mom calls me, right? She'd be like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah's in the hospital. Can you give her a shout out?
Yeah. You told me about that. Yeah. This is by far the most entertaining major event on all podcast media. You guys are crushing. And Sam, great job on Con Altura, Rosalia, and J Balvin music video. I don't know what that
I don't even know what that means.
You did way better flying the plane than acting you did in the Britney Spears hallway scene. Oh, were you in a music video or something?
Yeah, dude, you don't know I was in a Britney Spears
No.
video?
This Con Altura thing, were you in another one?
I don't know.
It must be somebody that looks like you.
Yeah, probably.
As for Johnny, you've grown so much. I remember when
Garbage.
you still had Honey, I Shrunk the Kid vibes. Rick Moranis? Is that what he's talking
Yeah,
about?
I agree. He's saying you're a nerd dork.
Rick Moranis is like 5'3".
And by the
Give me a
way,
break.
Rick Moranis was fucking a killer.
Yeah,
okay,
he
so
still
there's
is,
worse things to say.
He's funny.
And we all know you're a nerd dork. So
I'm 5'11". Give me a break.
you're a nerd dork.
Now you're almost becoming a Rambo on your own. I'll accept that. Thank you.
I'll accept that.
He's talking about me.
accept
K9 AZ boy, love the show. K9 from Tucson again. Thank you for the shout out. I listen to all your podcasts. When are you doing a show with Dangerous World again. Both y'all are my favorite. Plus, he's in Tucson too. Okay, this is Figure It Out. This is from LA360. Love the show. Keep it up. And then we got Dial Marie says, hands down my go-to podcast.
Thank you.
What else? The Broken Stand, Heavy Leg Together. This is from Dr. David, UK.
I love
it. A new episode of Broken Sim always brightens up my typical cloudy, rainy, miserable day. I live in London. Jay Nice and the Fat Dragon are crushing it week after week, and the Broken salute you. Thank you, Sam, for telling the world about super heavy leg syndrome. I, too, suffer from this atrocious condition.
Yeah, dude, welcome, brother. You're like the Bumblebee girl from the Blind Melon video.
Super Heavy Legs. This is from Plumber71. Love the show. It is fun and informative. I write thriller books, and not to give away a storyline, but I might now have a victim who was caught by his killer due to his super heavy legs. Stephen W. Briggs, Family of Killers, Memoirs of an Assassin. That's the book, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, that's reviews for
that
this
was
week.
it. That's the reviews. Do your reviews. Do your
already have a
reviews,
theme
and
song
then we'll
for reviews.
review together.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
Do your review.
You want to do news?
Yeah, let's do the news.
Alrighty. All right, this is from Pennsylvania Live. I know you like shit with numbers and gematria. Miracle. I don't know if this is a miracle, but a baby girl was born on 2/22/22. That's the February 22nd, 2022 at 2:22 a.m.
Shut up.
in labor room number 2.
Shut up.
Yeah. Isn't that
Shut
crazy?
up.
Palindrome date fans may be celebrating 2/22/22, but another miracle happened on the special Tuesday date. Tuesday spelled TWO. A miracle baby girl was born at 2:22 a.m. in a labor and delivery room number 2 on the 22nd day of February 2022.
Wow.
First-time parents Aberly and Hank Spear. Aberly, that's a weird name.
That's so cool.
Welcome their baby girl, Judah Grace, at Cone Health Alamance Regional Medical Center. So there you go. Congrats to them and their incredible child. Oh, I see. It's not just the number. It's considered a miracle baby because their parents were told they couldn't have a baby. Aberly was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she had to go to egg freezing clinic and a whole thing. So congrats to them.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Good job having babies, you people.
Dude, damn.
This is just a little interesting. This is from Euronews.next. Our lives may actually flash before our eyes when we die, a new study suggests. Scientists unintentionally recorded the brain activity of a dying 87-year-old man, providing insight into what happens to our brains when we die. The elderly man was admitted to hospital after a fall and developed epilepsy. Dr. Raul Vicente of the University of Tartu in Estonia. I gotta say, I'm a little skeptical. Any medical breakthroughs coming out of former Soviet republics. Raul Vicente, but he's in Estonia, like this
Estonia,
backwoods Soviet republic. Republic.
Why don't you just tell me you're from the land of Bongripia?
Bongripia. They used continuous EEG to detect seizures and treat the patient. During these recordings, the patient had a heart attack and passed away. The unexpected event allowed the scientists to record the activity of a dying human brain for what they believe is the first time ever.
Oh, well, and what they learned?
Reports of people's lives flashing before their eyes when they have a near-death experience have been well documented and have long puzzled neuroscientists. The new research, which was published on Tuesday in the journal Frontiers in Aging and Neuroscience, looked at the neurological reasons for the phenomena and suggests that the brain may remain active and coordinated during and even after the transition to death, and it may be programmed to orchestrate the whole ordeal. We measured 900 seconds of brain activity around the time of death and set a specific focus to investigate what happened in the 30 seconds before and after the heart stopped beating, according to somebody in the University of Lowell.
Hold on.
This is a doctor that got the findings at a different university. the people who recorded it was that first group.
Oh,
they
and
didn't mean
sent
they
the
recorded
data.
it. Yeah, and then the people
And then he
who were
just studied the data and
Right.
when the heart stopped.
right.
Okay.
Dr. Ajmal Zinmar, a neurosurgeon at the University of Louisville in the U.S., organized the study. Just before and after the heart stopped working, we saw changes in a specific band of neural oscillations, these so-called gamma oscillations, but also in others, such as delta, theta, alpha, beta oscillations, whatever that means. But I guess the different types of oscillations, including gamma, are involved in high cognitive functions, such as concentrating, dreaming, meditation, memory retrieval, information processing. So it seems like in that moment of death and even after, your brain is chewing on something. It's seeing something. Something's happening in there. So interesting.
So it's like just going through like a giant explosion of thought.
Possibly it could be that you are actually experiencing something that your brain is still processing, after you die.
Or you're talking to something on the other side.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it could be. It's also, you hear about like DMT, especially time dilation, where a moment on DMT, a minute on DMT can feel like hours potentially. They say, if DMT is what is in your brain as you're dying, imagine this time dilation. This could be lifetimes of experience that you're getting in these few moments, 30, 90 seconds after death.
That's like some Rick and Morty shit.
Crazy, right? Crazy. Oh, this is kind of funny. Headline, this is from Business Insider. Kremlin says a dramatic Security Council meeting in Ukraine was recorded in advance after people realized a minister's watch showed the wrong time. So they were lying about when this meeting happened, and people noticed that the watch wasn't when they said it was, and so the Kremlin had to come out and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is basically what Joe Biden does all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
He's been busted with timestamps. Listen, dude, I make no illusions. Putin is not a good guy.
No.
There's a lot of people out there who's like, I really respect Putin. Fuck him. Fuck Joe Biden. This is all bullshit. I feel bad for the Russian people because they're the ones being played in this pawn. I just don't understand why the international banking community has a hard-on for this fucking country that they basically have painted to be the bad guys and not like, you see Trudeau's like, oh yeah, we're
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because they border China and they don't like that this guy who's got like authority and can kind of, if he wants to, kind of forge his own way, is not a communist. They want a communist state bordering China, I think, so that
it is communist though.
Russia?
Russia's communist.
No, not anymore. It's a free, it's somewhat of a free market state.
Really?
When the Soviet Union collapsed, yeah. It's I mean, yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like,
is China in on it too?
I could be. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, I wouldn't call it democratic, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's like, I mean, they have something of a free market there. For
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. This will be really quick. This is from CBS News. A BYU student tried to make a homemade rocket fuel in a dorm, and he created a fireball that displaced 22 people. That sounds like you remember that feeling of when you're young, that age, and you got in trouble, and your whole body just kind of gets hot, and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble now. You don't get that as an adult. It's one of the great things about being an adult. You don't get that too much. This is what this kid must have felt. Police at Brigham Young in Utah had to give an unconventional warning to students this weekend. Keep your experiments in the lab. The warning came after a student living in one of the college's dorms attempted to make homemade rocket fuel and instead created a fireball that engulfed the walls.
Oh my God.
I guess this debunks XG's theory that only registered scientists can own beakers. Huh? Remember he was
yeah.
You'd heard that. I thought that was funny.
I think at BYU you're not allowed to fuck.
There's some schools like Liberty and Lynchburg.
Why are you going to these schools? Yeah. That's literally, I mean, like we could talk all the time about getting a college education. You're there to just do the most humping you'll ever do.
That is the education. Yeah.
That is the education.
I mean, there's more
and now
value.
you're going somewhere you can't do it? Get out of here.
I'm with you. I love this story. This is from the Toronto Sun. It might be the best news you'll hear out of Toronto for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
Cat gone 7 years makes cross-country trek to reunite with owners. A cat in California that this is in California, so it's not even in Toronto. They just wrote about it. A cat in California that went missing 7 years ago found her owners thanks to a microchip and a very determined man. Joe and Leanna Dernick of Knoxville adopted EB in 2015 when they lived in Cali. They lost their beloved cat before moving to Tennessee. We really hoped and prayed that she'd found a good home, and that's what we kind of thought in the back of our minds. She must have found a good home. Fast forward 7 years later, and they received a shocking phone call from an animal shelter in Jurupa Valley, California, informing them that EB had been found not far from where she first disappeared in 2015. She was primarily an indoor cat, they said on their Facebook post, but she went crazy at the door, always wanting to go inside. We allowed it, but my wife always supervised her. Eventually, she was kind of an indoor-outdoor cat, but one day she just bolted and didn't come back. So now she's back in servitude, I guess. They put her back in jail.
Yeah, and this cat is just plotting its escape again.
I know. I kind of feel bad now for the cat.
Do you think the cat is kind of like that Filipino kid with Jeffrey Dahmer that just got returned?
Yeah, that's one of the saddest stories. And man, you brought down my animal story, dude.
I'm sorry.
So
I have to understand now that when you do the animal story, that's to wrap it up. Let's end
No. That's just meant to be a nice thing. No, I do like to end on animals sometime, but I have something better to end on this time. This is just weird, and it might make me start to believe these people who are saying that they're not even. There's something weird about the story. I'm just going to read it to you and show you the images. It's from USA Today. A Moldova aircraft spelled out the word "relax" in the sky days after Joe Biden and Russia said Russia could invade Ukraine any day now. It's an Air Moldova passenger plane. Think about that now. A plane that's got to make money just went in the air and did this. Look at what it did in the air. Do you see this? They spent 3 hours in the air just spelling out "relax" like that. And this is real.
That's the worst relax I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
in my
they're
life.
flying a fucking airplane, a jumbo jet.
But
Give 'em a
where's
break.
the X?
It's kind of there. You didn't come back and finish it. But there's something weird about this to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I think they're trying to fucking force a cool story down people's throats.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what airlines are failing, and yet they got the time and money to just send him up there for 3 hours.
They should fail. They treat people like shit.
Yeah.
You know what,
I
dude?
totally
We got. You know, if they raise prices up even more, America as a whole should just not buy tickets for a week. Nobody buy tickets. And be like, and first of all, prove to us you use gas, and then prove to us that you have to raise your prices. And listen, dude, I'm tired of these flight attendants. They're fucking mean, and they just think they act like they're government employees.
Everybody in that industry is a dick to the people that are paying their salaries.
Yeah, I'm over it.
I just want to show you this because I think we should get a place like this. This is a $940,000 Prepper Palace in Indiana, and it's an underground bunker, basically.
Where? And you pay for it?
Yeah, just look. Yeah, I mean, somebody bought this place, but look at this underground bunker they got
I want
in
to buy
case
an
shit goes
underground
south.
bunker.
Look at this, dude. You go in there, and then you got like a whole facility that you could live in. There's an air vent there.
Johnny, do you want to live in a world where you survive in an underground bunker and nobody else does?
You mean me alone, just me? Or
you and a couple people.
If it was my family, yeah, I could do that.
There's nobody else.
If that was the only, you're telling me that's the only way? Yeah. I would rather. I could get along with my family, dude.
Would you want to be with your hot cousin?
I told you that bet that I could do 10. You give me 10 grand, I could live in a closet for a week, like no problem, standing on my head. Yeah,
standing?
Not literally. I mean, that's a figure of speech. But
so easily. Johnny, what if there's no one around except for you and your hot cousin? What are you doing?
No, that's weird. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, you gotta save humanity.
No, there's nothing to save, dude. It's just gonna be a bunch of kids down in this bunker now, shitting and pissing everywhere. We can't take care of them. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no, hold on. The giant event has happened. Everyone's gone except for you.
Nuclear
and your
winter,
hot
though.
cousin.
You can't go up.
But you just said you wanted to survive with your family.
Yeah, not my cousin, my parents, my sister, my nephew is what I was thinking. My brother-in-law.
How are you going to save the humanity? Are you going to produce more?
He sent me the funniest. My little nephew's 4, and my brother-in-law was just kind of having fun with him. Got him to take out the trash, And he sent me this video of him walking to take the trash out and looking back going, I'm going to tell mama you're making me do long work. Just crying. It's so funny. I was like, that's me when I was
I'm going to tell mama.
But how cool would it be?
You're making me do hard work.
Long work is what he said because he couldn't quite find the right word. Well, I think we need a bunker, dude. Wouldn't that be cool to have a little bunker?
I'm not against it, Johnny. I mean, like, can I put up my bowling alley in there?
Yeah, you can have a bowling alley. Yeah, sure.
Can I put my bowling alley into this long bunker?
If that's what you want.
I do.
Look at this. This is interesting. This is from a few days ago, but
Jay,
this
how
thing's...
come I send you all this cool
rescue
stuff?
captured
This
on
thing's
video.
still on fire.
A 22-person crew hoisted from an oil tanker as their own cargo ship, the Felicity
It's
Ace,
full of
burned
Porsches.
off the Portuguese coast.
That's why it's on. It's the batteries
Portuguese
from these
military
Porsche
says
cars.
This airlift came after the ship reported a fire
And so it's
Wednesday
still
morning.
smoking out there.
Marine
It's just out there
Traffic.com
smoking.
shows
This
the
huge
Felicity
cargo
Ace
ship
was
full of
traveling from
luxury
Germany to
cars.
Rhode Island when the blaze started. For over 2 days, the vessel, which according to the Associated Press can carry more than 18,000 tons, left to float adrift in flames. A nearby port captain telling Reuters the smoking ship is carrying roughly 4,000 vehicles. Among the cars,
Isn't that crazy, dude?
Oh, but there's more than just Porsches.
luxury rides worth millions
like a
of dollars,
Bentley, yeah.
including 189 Bentleys and over 1,000 Porsches.
Now, first of all, think about how all the trouble that we've had getting shit delivered, around the world. And there's some guy that's some rich asshole that's bought his Bentley, and
Yeah,
it's
and they
just
get
on
that through-
fire.
yeah.
It's on fire out there.
Now,
in the
my
ocean.
question is, do you think they saved that? They saved the vessel. Like, they get rid of that?
I think that whole thing, they want it to sink as fast as possible so they can get paid by insurance, is what I think. That's why. Otherwise, they'd be trying to put it out. They'd be trying to get in there.
I hate insurance, dude. Good
Yeah.
luck trying to get them to pay that off.
A Porsche representative
just turned
telling
into a Porsche
NBC,
ad.
Our immediate thoughts are of relief that the 22 crew of the merchant ship Felicity
I'm sure
yeah,
was
they're
safe
so
I'm
and
sure.
well,
I'm sure.
adding
They're like,
anyone
"Oh, my-
concerned by this incident and the implications
man.
on the car they've ordered
Oh, my
should
God.
contact
Oh,
their
God, this
Porsche
fella.
dealer.
I'm so
Makes
happy
me
that
sad
we're
to think
we're-
about the cars that are out there, the cars that are not going to make it to their homes.
Yeah, I
Car
had
lover and
I took
luxury
the
auto
backs.
show
I got,
organizer Stuart Sobek says many of those high-end cars are bespoke, custom-made to
Oh
order.
no, custom-made
How long
cars.
would someone have been waiting for one of those luxury vehicles?
Look at this guy.
Before
Look at he shaves
this
his eyebrows, dude.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at that.
Depending on the model, they might have been waiting 6 months or a year. And it all depends on what the model is. But
Anyway, can you imagine just like you're this rich fuck who obsesses over cars and you
Yeah.
got your Bentley finally coming and you're just jerking off thinking about it getting there. And then you see it smoldering on the news.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Almost
Anything
done
else,
here.
Johnny?
Yeah. This is from WRAL, my hometown TV news. Las Vegas restaurant accused of lacing food with THC. A Las Vegas woman says a restaurant drugged her food with THC, the main psychoactive ingredient in marijuana. Other people online say the same thing happened to them. Their food is usually really tasty, and we've never had a problem before, said Samantha Diaz, one alleged victim. But this was a problem. Yeah, I would say so, huh? Diaz and her husband eat at the Secret of Siam, a Thai restaurant in northwest Las Vegas, often. But on a recent visit, something was off. Diaz took a curry dish home and experienced symptoms when she ate it 2 days later. I was like melting into my chair, and I got all disoriented and heavy, Diaz described. I thought, what is happening here? I said to my husband, honey, I think I'm high. And he was like, get out of here. We haven't left the house in 2 days. It wasn't until Super Bowl Sunday that Diaz came across social media posts on Facebook and the Nextdoor app where people were saying they had the same experience. So
I mean, that's a great idea. Get everybody hungrier.
and this place has got an A rating. So it's a very...
That's what, hey, dude, everybody's like, I love it here, bro. It's fucking great.
The Secret of Siam. So if you want to go get some edibles
Yeah,
on
man,
the
let's
sly,
go eat there sometime.
Okay. I think I got one more. Oh, this is just a kick in the fucking nads. This is from the Independent. Headline: Eating vegetables, quote, unlikely to protect against heart disease, according to a study. So what the fuck are we even eating vegetables for
Dude,
this whole time?
big vegetable industries got us fucking eating vegetables.
New findings from a University of Oxford. They challenge previous research, which suggests a higher vegetable intake could be linked to a lower cardiovascular risk.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I don't believe anything new coming out. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't.
Actually, we need this from Reuters. Cross country skiing. Here's the story. Finn Remy suffers frozen penis in mass start race. The men's 50-kilometer mass race at the Beijing Olympics was shortened to 30 kilometers, but that did little to help Finland's Remy Lindholm, who needed a heat pack at the end of the race to thaw out his frozen penis. That's how cold it was.
Oh my
in the cross-country race,
God.
dude. He must be really packing some salami down there if it's like far enough down.
Oh, interesting.
Don't you think? Because mine's
people are
close to my
making
body.
jokes the other way. That's too little.
No, I think his is probably hanging down so far from his body.
That there's enough room to get frostbite.
Yeah, and it's not getting blood flow down there. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I bet this Finn is packing some serious tail meat.
If
down
you had
there.
to guess, how long do you think it is?
Probably 9 inches is what I'm thinking.
9 inches. Damn.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I would just say, I noticed at the 50th, Reggie Miller, man, like he couldn't. His dick is so fucking long that
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, that it like pokes out of his. He had like tight fitting pants on. He looks.
You're
like
saying Reggie Miller, the nicest guy in the world,
fucking Reggie Miller
has a huge dick.
Dude, I mean, it was because what happened was I was watching Jordan like shake hands with people, and at Jordan's eye level, they had Reggie Miller up on some kind of platform behind him. And
was this the 75?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Reggie Miller reached into his pocket and kind of moved and pulled something out. And then you realize, no, that what's still in there, that's all Reggie Miller. And it was a lot.
What number do you think?
Like, dude, it was pointed down. I mean, we're talking soft. It was a good 10 inches, like, or something. It was stupid.
Reggie Miller is 6'5" and skinny as fuck. That's who has big dicks.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Skinny ass dudes.
I believe it. It was concerning. I'll just say that. This is just kind of funny. Okay. This and then a video and then we're done. Check this out. This is watch this, Sam. You'll like this. These guys getting these Russian journalists, they get in a fight.
Oh, I love this. I love this shit.
Путин – это убийца и преступник или нет? Потому что он аннексировал украинскую территорию и стреляет сегодня по украинским гражданам. Является ли Путин убийцей и преступником?
Пусть определится в этом вопросе украинская власть, которая сегодня...
Вот все!
Old dudes don't put up with shit.
Спокойно, Савик, спокойно. Не договорить.
Российский агент зараз...
Hold on. There's one of these, they get into it and then he attack. Oh, here it is, right here. So this guy has had enough. Look at this, bro.
No, it keep going. Does it stop?
Yeah, no, I just started over so we could get it. And they think our news shows are fucking.
I love this. I love it. See, that's where old guy fucked up. He had him knocked down, dude. You should need him right in the fucking head.
Look at the woman still signing everything. Look at the bottom right, dude. This woman's still doing signing.
That's the funniest part of this whole video.
Look at her. We gotta go back. We gotta look at her face.
Do I keep going?
We gotta look at her face when this first happens. Look at her face. Look, she looks mortified. Look at her.
Да вы что, с ума?
That's so funny.
You want to talk about hiding something? Look at her cans, bro.
Yeah,
she's got fat mammies.
She's kind of pushed down. So.
Fat mammies.
I like those sneaky ones. I bet that's a fun language to talk. It seems like they're all enjoying themselves when they speak.
He won't
Russian.
let go. He won't let
He's got him
go.
in a headlock. I think he's probably like, do you give up?
Отпусти его.
Uncle, say uncle, man. I need to say uncle.
She's the best. Johnny,
What a
that's
professional.
gold.
She's a professional. Look at this professional big-titted woman here.
She will not stop signing.
God bless her, I say.
That's so funny. She's like, do I keep going?
Все, со студии, буквально.
Oh, he tried to go at him again. The old guy did. Wow, that was awesome, huh?
Yeah, well, I love that the guy is on like a giant national television show in like a fucking like serial killer sweater. Right? Is that the sweater that like the guy who puts the lotion in the basket wears when he's out at the store?
That's so funny.
All right,
This
Johnny.
is the last thing.
Johnny, you're killing
but
me.
We'll go out on this. Okay.
Oh my
this is
God,
a news
Johnny,
story
you
from
did
Vice.
It to me again.
No, we're at like 130, 140. Look at this. This is
in a society where like people's lives are ruined, and I mean, it's just like the N word. What? Like, let's kill the N word. Like, let's kill it. Like, what is going on in the world? Like, this is a major news agency running a thing, and the N words are flowing. Like, I was out, like, this is a couple years ago. I was getting my hair cut, right? And, like, I'm pretty open minded. I don't care. I listen to NWA. I listen to all those guys back then. The N word doesn't bother me, right? In hip hop and shit. And I know you're like, well, you're bitching about it now.
You love it, yeah.
Well, I do. I technically do. Yeah. Literally, when I'm making love, I love being called it. But they were playing a song, and every other word was the N word in this business where they're cutting hair. You're like, you're really assuming everybody coming in is okay with one, this type of music, and two, hearing that word every other fucking word. So here we are, and it's a major news thing, and they've literally, how many minutes? 1.8, and we've heard the N word 20 times.
What happened was they had a beef with these Cooper.
Yeah.
And instead of shooting them, they said, let's paintball them.
Which is honorable.
Yeah, I think so. And they went over, and these Cooper thought that they were about to get shot, which to me is so stupid on the part of the guys with the paintballs. Because, you know, how do you know somebody's not strapped and just going to shoot you in the face?
Yeah.
Brave, almost, of them. Really stupid. And then it started this almost like a urban paintball league.
To the cops. Dude, if crime goes down...
Yeah, oh, interesting.
Their budget goes down.
Yeah.
Dude, like, listen, I have a cousin that's a cop. I have family that's cops. But, man, the fact that law enforcement has pushed back against common sense drug laws.
By the way, this is not common sense. Yeah.
Right.
To be clear.
It's like hitting somebody with a paintball gun and murdering them. What are you going to take, bro?
Yeah, no, but I mean, it sounds like they're hitting a lot of people that aren't in the game yet, so to speak.
That is one thing. Then that becomes assault, right?
Yeah. But no, well, I guess the point of showing this is like there are no easy decisions in this. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, like if you ask people, would you rather have a paintball war or a murder war? I mean, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, look at all those houses. At one time, those were fucking beautiful houses, man.
Like
the
GM workers and stuff.
The bankers ruined fucking so many people, dude. It just sucks, man.
And this is where I get tested. My libertarianism gets tested a little bit because it's like free trade, you know, is really what killed those jobs. You know, they went all overseas. I mean, the entire industry went overseas.
Right. Well, Johnny,
so it's tough,
there's more to it, but that's a different
show.
I
know. It's
all right, guys, how long was
capitalism.
This show? How long
150.
Of course it was.
We went 20 minutes over.
All right, guys.
Say goodbye before you pack your bag.
Great show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was a funny show. Johnny, I never know. I get insecure that people don't like this show. You know?
I don't think anybody's ever said anything bad about it, literally.
All right. Well, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Thank you guys so much for your support.